transition. Hello. Can the streamer please go back to GDSC stream MC and press on transition again? All right. Hello everyone. Hello and a very good evening to all of you who are watching. All of 22 of you who are watching right now. We have transitioned from going live stream on MS Teams to YouTube, which is way easier for everyone to watch. I hope everyone is liking the new way of streaming. Um, so by the looks of it, most of you are probably wondering what is today's event for? What is Solution Challenge? What is an info day? Well, an info day is actually explaining what is the Solution Challenge. So without further ado, we can play the video and it will explain to you more about what is the Google Solution Developer Challenge. And it's buffering. I'm sorry, guys. It'll take a bit, but if we could just rewind the video from the start. Or not. Maybe if the person could just press escape and then just reload the page. Alright. It's playing now. And it's buffering. Alright, just leave it there. Alright, after watching that amazing video, I'm sure all of you are wondering, that's just a tip of the iceberg. So I'm sure you guys are really wondering what is Solution Challenge and what is actually happening in today's Info Day. So I will be explaining the table of contents of today's event. So first off, just now, as you've seen just now, it was an intro to the Solution Challenge and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Next, we will be explaining the prizes that you will win if you do win in this Solution Challenge. There's the judging criteria and the timeline for the development of the solution, such as the brainstorming phase, and we will give you some example projects. And we will have a review of last year's Solution Challenge, and we will give you some resources and a sneak peek at next week's Design Day. And finally, a Q&A session. And I would like to remind everyone that you can scan the QR code on your screen right now to ask any questions that is bothering in your mind, whether or not we didn't answer your questions properly. Maybe you still have some doubts with certain things. You can go ahead and go to that Slido link, which is also in the chat, or you can scan the QR code on your screen right now to just ask any questions, and we will entertain them at the end of this event. Without further ado, I will pass on to Ziyi, our GDSC lead, to continue on with this event.
Thanks, Faris, and hi, I'm Julie, the GDSC lead for GDSC UM. Thank you for showing up, and I am glad to see you here. And I believe that you're here because you are interested in participating in the Solution Challenge, and you want to know more about it from this info session. So, the Google Developer Student Club's 2022 Solution Challenge, the mission is to solve for one of the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals using Google technology. And before we jump into the UN's SDGs, let me briefly talk about Solution Challenge. So it is an international competition or hackathon organized by Google, which you can join individually or with a team of up to 4 members, including you. But you are recommended to join as a team because there are a lot of stuff to do to produce a working application to be submitted. and you'll have to work very closely with your community to solve a real problem. And you have to get feedbacks from them and continuously improve your solution from time to time. So the SDGs are created by the UN in 2015 to be achieved by 2030. And so we have 8 years left. And here are two videos that will show you the SDGs. And let's look at the first one. Right. So from this video, you can see all the available 17 SDGs and also a bunch of links at the end of the video, which we will share with you in the comment section. And one of the links lead to the official website of the UN's SDG. And if you click into the link, you will see the official website. And I would highly recommend you to check out every goals. If you just look at here, and for example, if you want to check out goal for education, you can click into it and you'll see a lot of information in here. And the golden part is these targets, because it is unlikely for an application to solve the whole education, because it is a very big domain, but it can certainly solve one or many of the targets here. So for example, if you look at it, if you are interested in ensuring that all youth or part of the adults to achieve literacy and numeracy, then your application could be working on it. And you can say that your solution is trying to target goal for education. So if you are feeling at sea, not knowing what problem to solve, you can have a look at all these specific targets of every goal and try to spark some ideas from them. Right, and then let's, I'll have to stop sharing for a while. Sorry for the technical error, and let's go back to the slides.
All right, no worries.
All right, is it okay now?
You're not sharing your screen yet.
All right, so after watching the first video,
All right, now you're sharing your screen.
Yeah, right. The second video is a very powerful and in-depth video about the current situation, especially with the occurrence of the pandemic. But it is a 30-minute long video, and unfortunately, due to time constraints, we are unable to share it right now. But we are going to share the link of this video in the comment section so you can check it out later. And it talks about the solutions and actions needed to tackle some of the issues related to poverty, inequality, injustice, and climate change. So if you find it difficult to relate SDGs with real-world problems, you can get some ideas from this video. And then if you notice this link at the bottom left, which you'll be seeing in every slides that you'll see later. And so if you click into it, you'll be linked to this official website of the solution challenge, and you'll be greeted with this register now button. And you should register now because you don't have to have a team already to register, or you don't have to submit a solution yet. You just register so that you can receive all the updated information and resources straight from Google to your mailbox. And this official website has every information that you'll need regarding Solution Challenge. And if you scroll down and click Learn More, you'll find sample projects for every goal. So you could say that the Google developers have been very helpful to us. So you can check them out when you're free. And let's go back to the slides. So moving on to the next part is the prizes, which is one of the most anticipated parts of this competition. And if you become the top 50 teams, you're going to receive mentorship from Googlers and experts, and a t-shirt and a cert. And then if you become the top 10 finalist, you are going to receive even more mentorship, swags, and then an opportunity to showcase your solution during the demo day. And after the demo day, they are going to decide the winners. So if your team ranks from number 4 to 10, so each team member is going to receive 1,000 USD dollars. And since the maximum number of members for a team is only 4, a team can only receive a maximum of 4,000 USD dollars. And then from the top 10 finalists, if your team ranks 1 to 3, so you are the top 3 winners, then each team member is going to receive $3,000. And then about the judging criteria, the point 60% of them goes to impact and 40 to tech. And so here are some important judging criteria. You can find them on the website. So the first one basically means does your solution works on one or many of the SDG, and is your solution really solving what the SDG wants to solve? And then is your solution effective? And they want to see evidence that you have developed a future planning for your solution, and then evidence that you have really tested your application with real users, and evidence that you have modified your solution according to the feedbacks collected from the real users. And for technology part, the first one is, does your solution implement all the technical components needed to solve the challenge? It includes UI, UX, and technical architecture, all the tech stack that you'll be using. And some popular technologies that previous participants use includes Flutter, Android, Firebase, GCP, and TensorFlow. And then the second one is just explain why do you choose to use those technologies. And then thirdly, is your application working? And then is there Google technology included? You don't have to use the application doesn't have to all be about Google technology, but there should at least be one Google technology used. And then the last one is, has the team made effective product and technical decisions for their solutions? It is like checking on whether your solution is feasible or not. And so if you look at the official website again, this is the homepage, right? So here is the prizes that I showed you just now. And if you click on terms and conditions, and if you scroll down, you are going to see the judging criteria or the problems right here, and more detailed information in here. Yes, so that is basically all that I want to share with you. And let's hear more from Joanne.
Hi everyone, I'm Joanne. So let us move on to the timeline of Google Solution Challenge 2022 journey. I think you have to move back to the slide. All right. So let us move on to the timeline. Yeah, so next slide. How to get started. So first of all, to join a Google Solution Challenge, so please make sure that you have been registered as a member of Google Developer Student Club under your university. And if your university do not have a student club, you are welcome to join under our chapter, which is GDSC University of Malaya, by scanning the first QR code. Next this is where you can register for the Google Solution Challenge 2022 as mentioned by Zhi before. In this form, which is in the step 2, you can also access it by scanning the second QR code. From this link, you can access to all the timeline, prizes, evaluation criteria as mentioned by Ziyi just now. And we understand that this may be the first time you participate in this solution challenge, so do not worry much about what to do next, as we are having the design day on next Friday, which is on 18th of February, to help you build up your ideas and kickstart your project. Then after that, you can start to form a team to up to 4 teammates, including yourself, and select at least one of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal to solve. And then next. So this part is a video to guide you through how you can start to brainstorm ideas from the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So let's watch it together.
Google Developer. Hi everyone. The mission of this year's Google Developer Student Club Solution Challenge is to solve for one or more of the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals using Google technology. Citing the official United Nations website, these goals are the blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. They address the global challenges we face, including poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace, and justice. During this video, I will show you how you can research these goals and brainstorm ideas for your Solution Challenge project. So starting with the official UN SDG site, the first thing I suggest you do is click on each of the goals and read the challenges each goal faces. For example, Goal 1, No Poverty. This page will give you a good primer to the challenges we face on our road to no poverty. And down at the bottom of the page, you can take a look at the facts and figures and the breakdown of targets defined for each goal. There's also an infographic you can check out to get a high-level overview of the current state of things as it relates to the specific goal. Go over the rest of the goals to get familiarized with them and see if any ideas come to mind about solutions you can build using technology. If ideas do arise, write them down to brainstorm further later. Another great site that can really help you generate solution ideas is DIAL, which stands for Digital Impact Alliance. We're going to focus on 2 tabs, SDGs and the building blocks, but I urge you to look at the other tabs. They're just as useful for your ideation stage. Okay, so let's look at the SDGs tab and take a look at Goal 2, Zero Hunger. This goal has 8 targets, which help you focus on solving a certain aspect of the goal. For example, Target 1, which summarizes as end hunger by ensuring access by all people to good, healthy food all year round. Okay, so immediately ideas start to spark. Maybe you can build a charity app that either accepts donation-safe healthy food or accepts monetary donations dedicated to providing food. Or maybe you can build a volunteering platform that brings people together to help the community at risk. Brainstorm with your team and see what aspects of these problems you are familiar with, or maybe you have access to communities who are dealing with the challenge. Having personal knowledge of a problem will allow you to design solutions which are far more effective and easier to adopt. Now, let's take a look at Goal 10, Reduced Inequalities. Target 1, achieve and sustain income growth for the bottom 40% of the population at a rate higher than the national average. What a well-defined target. Okay, so now you can start brainstorming again on how you can achieve progress through technology here. Maybe you can build an app or a platform that educates people on financial and saving strategies. Or maybe you can help small businesses grow through education apps or e-commerce and marketing apps that are specific to your community. For example, in my community, the elderly struggle with finding online educational content, And I might consider building an elderly-friendly educational platform. This platform can potentially provide the elderly with equal opportunities at learning new skills and increasing their income. You'll see that going through these web pages will spark many ideas in your mind. Write them down and discuss them with your team. See which idea really strikes a chord with your ability and your belief. You'll be working on this for a while. You want to solve a goal that you are passionate about or that's really close to home. In the next video in the series, I'll be going through a demo case study. I'll pick up an idea and simulate the steps my team and I will take towards a successful demo submission. I hope the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals inspire you to solve for your community in a meaningful way. We can't wait to see all of your demo submissions.
Alright, thank you for the video. So I believe after watching the video, you already have some ideas of what kind of project to build and which SDGs to solve. Therefore, you are now in this stage, which is design and build. In this stage, you have to identify a solution for the problem and start building your solution with your teammates. There are no limitations on the technologies you want to apply on your project. You can use Flutter, Android, Firebase, Google Cloud, AR, VR technologies, machine learning, and even more. And what you have to do is develop, testing, and iterate the process. And once you are done with developing your solution, here we reach the submission and judging phase where you have to record a demo video of your project and submit it by 21st of March 2022. And the rest is just about the winner announcement. All right, now you might be wondering how you can start discussing this with your team. So here's a video to walk you through one of the projects starting from the brainstorming to the submission. So let's have a look.
Hi everyone, I'm Arman Hezrkhani, and in this video, we'll go through the workflow of building a hypothetical solution for the Google Developer Student Club's Solution Challenge. In the previous video, we explored the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals and brainstormed some sample solutions we could build. In this video, we're going to pick one of the sample solutions and together we'll quickly walk through the journey to building a successful demo. One of the ideas we came up with in the previous video was to develop an elderly-friendly education platform solving for the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, quality education. So first, I'll share my initial thoughts with my Google Developer Student Club's members. I'll introduce myself and my strengths, and I'll highlight what types of talents and experience I'm looking for in my prospective team members. For example, let's say I have solid UI UX abilities, but I need help when building the server side of my application, and I definitely need help leading the team and managing the project. Once I meet with the potential team members and some of us decide to join forces, it's time to do a design sprint. We do this in order to properly define the problem and then come up with possible solutions. For detailed instructions on this step, check out this video series. Once we're done with our design sprint, let's assume we've defined the problem as mobile apps can be too complicated for the elderly and the buttons are too small. And elderly users sometimes find the discovery stage too complicated, or find the course tutor style to be too millennial oriented or fast. Also during the design sprint, we define the solution as 1, build a platform that supports the niche market of elderly education. 2, the client app should be simple to navigate and has minimal distractions, like notifications or ads. And 3, course providers can produce content specifically designed for the elderly, possibly by the elderly, thus providing a revenue stream to a usually underserved demographic. Once we've confirmed it with some potential users, it's time to start designing the user interface. We'll share this load between the team members, but I'll offer to take the lead since I believe I'm good at UX and UI. I'll share my workflow and designs, and the team will go through a few hours of feedback and revisions. This stage can take a day, or it can take a week. Don't rush to implement the solution before you're confident you've designed a workflow and functionality that solves the problem you have defined. In our design, there are 3 user types: the learner, the helper, and the teacher. And my team members are confident we're catering for all user types in the best way considering our specific market. So it's time to design the technology. We've decided to build a progressive web app instead of spending time building both a website and a native Android app. We decided to use Firebase at the backend to serve the course content to our users. At this stage, we'll probably share our thoughts with our teacher or with the DSC lead and ask for their advice on our designs and technology decisions. We'll also ask the DSC lead what workshops we should attend or what code labs we should complete, all in order to be ready for the tasks at hand. Bear in mind, this is just a quick walkthrough of this stage, so be sure to check out my videos on designing the technology or the many resources we have on the website. Next, we will spend the time to build our solution. On our team, we have a couple of members who build the progressive web app and a couple of members who build the server side, front end and back end. You might separate the tasks differently, or you might have less team members. Whatever works for you and your team is fair game. Once we have a beta version, we'll go through some user testing and we'll get feedback. We'll iterate over our code and we'll remove any bugs that we find on the platform. Now that we're close to a great working version of our solution, 1 or 2 of our team members will start researching pitching strategies and how we should present our solution in a demo. We'll record a video demo of our app. And finally, we'll warm up our acting chops and prepare an awesome demo, which will inspire people to use or recommend our app to the prospective demographic of users. And that's it. Wow. That was 2 to 3 months of effort compressed into 3 minutes. Obviously, I'm not suggesting that it'll be this easy or super quick to come up with a winning solution. But if you're passionate about your problem and your solution, and if you use resources provided such as workshops, hackathons, code labs, you'll have a high chance of developing a solution you will be very, very proud of. So good luck to all of you. Use the resources, and we can't wait to see the awesome solutions you'll come up with.
Alright, we hope the video has helped you to visualize how the whole project will look like. So now let us look at what the student has built in the past. So this slide is all about the 2021 Solution Challenge Demo Day hosted live on YouTube on 26 August 2021. And on this demo day, it has showcased the top 10 winners and their solutions. During the demo day, the Google product experts and viewers also asked the team questions to learn more about their projects. So now we would like to share one of the top 10 winners, which is a group of students from Nanyang Technological University, Singapore, working on a project named Dementi Care.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited to kick off this year's demo with Dementicare, an app built with Flutter and Firebase that's equipped with a wide range of features to complement caregiving for people living with dementia. Let's welcome the creators Aishik and Ritik from Nanyang Technological University in Singapore.
Dementia is a widespread disease with over 17 billion hours spent for caring patients in the US alone. What's worse is more than half the carers face substantial emotional, financial, and physical difficulties. Dementicare is a mobile app to complement caregiving for dementia patients. Here, we see the caregiver dashboard with access to emergency contacts, sending urgent notices to any patient using keyboard or microphone input, tracking the live location of any patient using Flutter Maps. We also provide productivity features such as calendars, reminders, and notes for improved efficiency and accessibility. The news section provides all local and international news for dementia. The discussion forum, powered by Reddit, gives access to a large community of carers and patients. The chat room provides a community of caregivers to interact and network with for problem solving. Our health chatbot, which can make appointments for patients, retrieve information on diseases, conduct symptom checking and triaging by using powerful machine learning and natural language processing. And the Profile tab, with access to comprehensive real-time information of patients and adding and removal of patients.
Now we move to the patient dashboard. There's the SOS functionality, which can trigger a call as well as send an SMS to the patient's caregiver directly from the app, even when a crash or fall is detected in the background. Play games to help exercise the brain, family reminiscing with quick access to family members and calling directly from the app. The memory section serves as a scrapbook for the patient to record and store important memories. Notices section displays all urgent notices sent by the caregiver. We have already started collaborating with organizations such as ADA Singapore, Allium Healthcare, and Jamia Nursing Home to enable living through caregiving. Thank you.
Hi, Team Dementicare. Hi, Florina. It's good to be here with all of you.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy to be here.
Awesome. Great. Well, Florina, I'd love it if you could introduce yourself. And I know that you have a couple of questions for the team.
Yes. So my name is Farina Montanescu. I'm an Android developer relations engineer. So first of all, Team Dementicare, I really liked your project. I think it's such an important topic. And actually, there was one specific thing I liked. When I checked out the UI, I saw that the carers and the patient section in the app are quite different. And I like that you paid a specific attention to the UX of the app. So thank you for that. And now I have a few questions for you. So the first one is, what was the feature that was most difficult to implement?
Thank you for that, Florina. The most challenging feature for us to implement would be the different views for the patient and the caregiver, and also maintaining the flow of information from a single application. We basically had to strike a balance to keep the app immersive and simplistic for the patient so that we don't confuse them. But at the same time, we had to have it feature-rich for the carers to provide the perfect services for them. To give an example, during the early stages of our development, we had made the application in a way that the data flow had to be triggered manually by the patient. This meant that they had to click specific buttons on to send their location and device data and so on. But when organizations and testers tried our application, we realized this would only confuse the patient. Based on this, we redesigned the entire UI of our app, making it full of visual clues for the patient and automating patient monitoring features into the background. At the same time, we also reconfigured our cloud, which is hosted on Firebase, to ensure scalability for our users. This allowed, for example, a single patient to have multiple carers, which is quite common for family-based carers, or it helps shift-based carers to register and care for multiple patients. In fact, almost 100% of our testers actively said that this was making their experience much better. So this kind of a flow of information across the patient and the carer while ensuring differentiated views for them was definitely the toughest challenge for us.
Oh, thank you for the answer. And I really like the fact that you actually listened to the users, that you integrated their feedback in the app. I think that's such a crucial part of building a product. I have one more question. So I remember specifically the SOS functionality. Can you tell me a bit about how it was implemented? Like, what technology did you use? And what were the things you had in mind when building this feature?
Hi, Florina. Maybe I can answer this question. So the SOS functionality on the patient side of the application is a simple yet an essential part of it. So on the front end, we have a large SOS button, which when clicked by the patient will actually trigger a call to the SOS contact. But actually, it was also quite important to factor in the cases where the phone or the patient might fall, making it quite difficult to manually click this button. So in such a case, by using the inbuilt inertial measurement unit of the phone, we actually detect the crashes and falls in real time. And this helps trigger a call to the SOS contact of the patient upon such a detection.
Oh, I see. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
sorry.
Indeed. So to also actually cover.
All right, due to time constraint, we will only play part of the video, but actually all of this video can be searched in YouTube as well. So that is one of the top 10 winners, and it was an awesome project. And we hope to see you being the next one winner in this year's challenge. So next slide.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited to kick off this year's demo.
Hey there.
Okay, so if you are concerned about not being skillful enough to start working on a project, do not worry about this, as well as Google has also prepared this resource page where you can find it through this QR code. From this, you can actually learn along while building your project. In this page that you can learn Flutter, Android, Firebase, and more on this resource page. So feel free to scan this and check it out, or get it from the chat box. So next. So that's all about the briefing of Google Solution Challenge. But now I would like to remind you again that we are having the design day on next week, which is on 18th of February 2022, 8 to 10 p.m., where we will be covering design sprint, UX and product design, and also technical architecture to help you better kickstart your solution with your teammates. And more details about the design day will be updated in our social media. So do follow our Instagram and Facebook for more updates. The event mode will be more or less the same like this event. So, all right, now passing back the floor back to MC.
Thank you, Joan. Well, that was a very, very, very insightful info sharing session on our solution challenge. So now we move on to the Q&A session. So any questions that you ask in the Slido, into the Slido, you can just send it there and we'll entertain. So if we could transition over to the Q&A session. All right, now we're here. So if you notice on your screen, there's a QR code. So if you can scan that QR code, you can you will be redirected to the Slido link, and then you can ask anything in there, and then we will entertain those questions. So going for the first question, do we get Google Swag by just submitting a project?
From the information given, no, because that would be too many swags to be given to all the participants.
All right. Thank you for that, Ziyi. Next question. Is it necessary to be a member of GDSC in order to take part in this Kickstarting event? In the Kickstarter event?
Yeah, I would like to ask what exactly event is that? Because there is a Kickstart event. There is an event called Kickstart, but it is a coding competition, which is not related to Solution Challenge. I'm not sure you are mentioning that one or this. But if you want to join Solution Challenge, you'll have to be a GDSC club member. Any GDSC will do.
All right. Thank you for that, Ziyi. Next question. How do we team up?
You can find your friends, anyone, your seniors, anyone who is interested. And June, do you have anything to add up for this?
No, you can actually also join our Discord channel if you are one of our GDSC UM's members, and then from there you can actually find someone to join this challenge together with you. Yeah, and maybe I can also answer the next question for someone who asked, can I participate just by myself? Yes, you can submit the solution individually or team up to 4 teammates, including yourself.
All right. I have a question for myself. If, for example, you are in any of the GDSC teams, are you allowed to participate?
Yeah, sure. Actually, the core team members is highly encouraged to participate as well.
All right. That's very nice to know. I'm going through the comment section. There are not a lot of questions being asked. And also on the Slido as well, there are not a lot of questions to be asked. But if they do have more questions to ask, how would they reach out to any of you?
Yeah, you can reach out to us on our community platform. We will share the link to our website. So there is actually a button that you can click, and then you can just send your question here. And then you will be receiving your answer in your Gmail. Yes.
All right, that's very useful to know. Thank you so much, Ziyi. Well, by the looks of it, I don't think there will be any more questions. So I guess we can move on to the next slide. Oh, sorry. There's one more question. Are we allowed to only join as two people? Is it mandatory to be three?
No, you can join as two members. Yeah, but the cash prizes that you'll be receiving will be same because one person will only be receiving 1,000 USD or 3,000 if you are the top three.
Okay, that's a lot of money. So if you don't have any prior knowledge to any of Google technology or whatever, should you join?
Yeah, definitely you should take this opportunity to learn some Google technologies since you have like 1 month and a half to before the deadline of this challenge. So you can actually check out their self-paced code labs, and then from there you can learn all the technologies and then see which one can apply to your project.
Yeah, some
Or
add-ons is if you are so new to this computer science field, I would recommend you to join more workshops and events by GDSC, and then maybe on the next year you can join. But before that, if you think that you lack the programming skills needed to join this solution challenge, I would also recommend you to join the Android development challenge first because to join this solution challenge, you have to submit a working application, which means you'll need some coding skills. And before this, our team has done a workshop teaching you how to build an application using Android, Firebase, and some TensorFlow Lite. And then there is a competition called Android Development Challenge, and it is fairly simple to join. You just because all the codes is provided, and then there is even tutorials, so you can follow the tutorials and then modify the code. So if you want to prepare yourself for solution challenge, you can join this Android development challenge first, and then maybe you can prepare yourself better.
all
Yeah,
right.
to answer the latest question about do we have to develop the whole solution, yeah, actually you have to because in the judging criteria, technology actually takes up around 40 points. So it requires the Google technology to be in your project. But as long as you can start with a small project, it will be very helpful in improving yourself as well. So don't worry much about this. If you're just starting to have the idea, you can start to find friends who have some skills and then start building your solution.
All right. Thank you so much, Joan, for the very in-depth and also Ji for that very in-depth answer to that question. I'm going to the comment section. Can we share our Discord server? Yeah, sure. If we will share our Discord server in the comment section as well. But stay tuned at the end. We'll be sharing our social media accounts at the end. So by the looks of it, I don't think there's gonna be any more questions. I have a feeling that's the case. So if there are any more questions that you ask, but it's already at the end after this Q&A session, don't forget to just go onto our website and just click on contact us, and we will email you questions. All right. So moving on to if we could go back to the slides. All right. So if you see on your screen right now, you will see a feedback form. So please do us a favor, a huge favor, go ahead and scan that feedback form, and make sure that you please give us your valuable feedback, because we are testing out new things today for today's event. We transition from MS Teams to YouTube, and we have a whole new layout and get go right there, and we just want to know whether or not it is very good, because in my opinion, I think it's really good because I designed it. All right. So yeah, so take your time, go ahead and scan the feedback form. It will be very helpful for us to improve our events in the future, and so on and so forth. All right. So moving on to the next slide. Don't forget we have our social media accounts. So we actually do update every one of our followers to any upcoming events. For example, we have been doing a countdown for today's event since 3 days ago, and we have actually informed everyone on our Instagram account 5 days prior that this event will be happening today. So to those who are actually still unknown what is happening, go ahead and give us a follow on Instagram, also Facebook, and also if you see right there, there's also LinkedIn. So if you do follow us, you have a huge bleeding edge you have a huge advantage over everyone else because you'll be in the know for any upcoming events that are upcoming in the future. So without further ado, I feel like that will be the end of our today's event. I would like to thank everyone, every 27 of you who are still watching, very loyal, I see, for watching and tuning in to the end. And do I have a clear to end the event early on from the both the leads? All right. So I have a clear. All right. So goodbye, everyone. See you next week for Design Day, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.